almost there. Alright, today we're going to be talking about the number one most important person at any online or hybrid event and what they do, and what they can do to get more out of that session. Oh, it's good. Let your friends know what's happening. Share it with the world. Oh, I'm so ready. Big countdown. Shout along wherever you are. Louder the better. Making it happen. Booyah. Welcome. Thanks so much for being here. Hey, yet another episode of the Get Events Online live stream. Happy to talk to you today about the number one person who's responsible for the awesomeness of any online or hybrid event. They go often overlooked. And I won't have it anymore. Just won't have it. Now, I know last time I talked about the AV crew, and they are very awesome, but this individual is the most important. Hey, if you're the kind of person who does a whole lot of online events or hybrid events, or you just like events in general, why not share this around? Share the love. I know I'd love you for it. And, that's the kind of guy I am. Hey, just to let you know who I am, because full of love, we know that. Warwick Merry, triple certified speaking professional, dual certified virtual presenter, and some would say it really needs to be certified. Hey, that's who I am. So, hey, today I wanted to talk about the most important person. Now, this came to me because I've done a stack of events. I've been in the events industry for over 20 years as a host, as a speaker, as someone who partners with the event organizer. I've organised my own events, and there continues to be that main person. Once you go online or hybrid, it's even more important to highlight who that most important person is. Hey, and look, if you're out there thinking, ooh, who's this person? Throw it into the chat. Give me a bit of a guess. Let me see who you think it may well be. I'll give you the answer shortly, but I'm just very interested to know. So as you're out there checking it out, because this person makes a huge difference to the event. It significantly impacts the engagement of everyone who's participating. It significantly impacts on the messages and the learning that gets across. If this person does not do what they need to, it will not happen. It's that simple. All right, so are you ready for the answer? You might have guessed it already. It is, of course, you. That's right, you, the individual. I don't know the number of events I've been to where the people are there and they just don't want to be, so they might as well not be. This is even more so on online events because most people have at least two screens, maybe three if they're on the phone. Maybe they've got a big setup with a massive screen and lots of different windows open. If they don't want to be there, they can quite simply sign in, shut that screen down, and just have it running in the background and get on with what they're doing. Or, have the session running but be doing other things. So it's up to you to get engaged and get involved. Don't wait for others to invite you. Jump in there. And the best thing that you can do is hit the chat box. Because sometimes it's a webinar, so you're being presented to. Sometimes it's a meeting, so it's with. Sometimes it's a bit of everything. But can I tell you, I am a huge fan of the chat box. Now, this is very interesting. I've spoken to a few speaker friends who are like, oh, no, I don't like the chat box. It's quite distracting. But here's the thing. The event's not about you. And so if you're not good enough, and this is the thing that my speaker friends hate me for, I tell them, get better. So if your speaker's not good enough, then be better. Get better. And encourage the chat. Encourage the interaction. There is gold in the chat box for the speakers and the organisers because you'll find out what are their issues, what are their concerns, what are their fears, what's the stuff they want addressed, so you can flex as you're presenting and make sure you include that. A couple of recent events where I was a participant, we had a great event. It went for like 4 days, and so many people were in the chat box talking about what was going on. Now, here's the thing with more and more of our hybrid events, because we have more and more people who want to make sure everything works, and with technology, it's fantastic until it doesn't work. There's a lot more videos that are recorded. So instead of a presenter, we'll record a video and we'll just press play on the video. We know it's going to work and away we go. Here's the thing. Most people are now sort of wondering, I wonder if this is a video or if it's live. I'm not sure. Take the guesswork out. If it's recorded, tell them, but have the speaker join you in the chat box. So not only are you getting the speaker saying whatever they were saying, but you've then got them in the chat box who can directly answer questions, can highlight some of the content they didn't get a chance to talk about in the video, and they can refer back to some of the case studies, post some of the links in there for referencing. If there's a scientific study, it can be, hey, here are the 3 papers I was talking about. Don't forget, we want your feedback. Here's a link to the survey. You know, there is so much more value you can add by getting people to engage. Now, I get my introvert friends out there like, I don't think so. I'm just going to sit back, let it all happen, and I'm there, and I love it, but I'm not putting anything in the chat box. Fair call. I'm like, you're never forced to do anything, but here's what I've found, and that is that the more effort I put in to get engaged, the more I enjoy it, the more value I get from it. And sometimes that value is just having some interaction with one of the other attendees and making a connection, and then Indigo having a conversation after the event. So it is a way that you can actually do a bit of networking by shining in the chat box, so to speak. I have to be careful. I've got to be honest, I'm a demon in the chat box. I have to be careful because sometimes I get a bit sidetracked and put too many funny things and too many Monty Python references, let's be honest. And a lot of conversation about bacon. Sorry, vegetarian and vegan friends. But what I find when I'm presenting or I'm hosting and I've got that kind of commentary going on in the chat box, I actually like it because it humanises it. Let's be honest. At a live concert, g'day Dave, thanks for being here, mate. At a live event, what you're finding is around a table, people are talking to each other anyway. You know what it's like. They're writing little notes, or they've got a joint notepad between them, or they're crapping on. So what I would suggest to you is embrace it, allow it. Don't just allow it, but encourage it, because you'll find that your delegates enjoy it more, and that will feed back to the organizer. That means that you'll be more popular, and it just becomes a great event for people to get engaged. So that's the lesson. You are the most important person at any event, regardless of the role you play, whether it's a delegate, whether it's the organizer, whether it's a speaker. And for speakers, why wouldn't you get in there for other speakers, the speaker before you, the speaker after you? It's really easy nowadays with the technology. So make sure that you are responsible for your own engagement. It sounds a bit weird, maybe propose to yourself, yes, I accept. But it is about getting engaged with the event and making sure that you're there. All right. Hey, if you look, this is just some of the many, many ideas that burst through my head and that I think about, well, maybe I should share those. There's some other stuff I'd like to share also. I've got 7 keys of a great online presenter, and for someone who can present to engage. If you want a free copy of it, it's a video. It's also a companion PDF. There's the link. Type it in. Get there. Have fun. Enjoy. Let me know what you think. I think you'll find yourself great value. Alrighty. Hey, thanks so much for being here. As I said, love it if you'd share it around with the people who are interested in events. I've been Warwick Merry, the online presenter pro. Get events online, get more guide. Give me a title, I will wear it proudly. Bacon Man, some people call me. Whatever it is. Hey, thanks for your company. I'll be back again the same time next week, 9 a.m. Thursday, Melbourne time here in Australia. We're about to change out of daylight savings in a week or two, and I know other countries have gone into daylight savings, so, you know, it's about now. You'll see it come up on your stream. Alrighty, hey, thanks for being here. I'm now going to stop the stream, but I've learnt that some places you have to hang around for a bit. So here's my hang around dance.